Alright, what's up guys? Today we're going to be talking about the Diablo 4 beta, which was recently announced the other day at IGN FanFest, and it will be taking place. If you pre-order the game, you get early access, quote-unquote, a week ahead of time, so the 17th through the 19th of March, and if you do not pre-order, the open beta for everyone is the following weekend, the 24th through the 26th. And I've got not really a hot take, but just a little bit of disappointment I wanted to talk about on this beta. I was hoping it would be maybe a week-long or a 2-week-long beta to really get a little bit of time to look into the game kind of at your own pace. A lot of people, myself included, you don't have every weekend off from work, so to schedule it only on the weekend kind of limits the amount of time I can actually realistically check out the game. I think between the 6 days, if I do pre-order, I haven't yet, I only have maybe 2 of those days off, and so I may be able to get into it, but a lot of times with these betas, really the purpose of it is to stress test the servers. So a lot of times you can't even really get in and actually play the game. You may spend half the day just trying to log in or play or dealing with constant disconnect, server issues. So hopefully that won't be the case, and we will get in and actually play test some stuff. You'll be able to level up to level 25, max levels 100, and play through the first zone, all the main quests and side quests that are available in that first zone, which is Act 1 of the game. I believe all the classes will be available. So definitely one thing I am going to do just to make some content for, and if this sounds interesting to you, please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Appreciate it. It really helps me out. Getting closer to that 1,000 sub mark. But one thing I am going to do is get all the class information for each class that's currently available in this build of the game, as far as skills go, passives go, the Paragon boards, etc. Just any of that information, because one of the things that I enjoy the most out of these types of games is the theory crafting and the build crafting, looking at the skills and trying to come up with something that is going to be overpowered, or at least that looks cool and that synergizes well, and that I think will be a strong build. So that's something I'm going to do, and I'm going to come up with a couple, potential build ideas, just looking at the skills. Of course, we won't be able to really factor in the gear and those, items that are build enabling. So it will be just solely off the skills and the passives that are available to the character, which typically on your first playthrough, that's what you want to base your build off of, because that's the only guaranteed thing, unless you have foreknowledge of the items or itemization, and you can plan to get that item later on. But the first playthrough, unless you had, access to the in-game beta, we won't know what's going to be really a strong in-game build until we actually get there. So I'll be making some, leveling builds of what I think may be strong, and what will be strong also, through the game, just based off that information. So if that sounds interesting, check back here later on. Most likely, almost for sure, I'll be pre-ordering the game to get access to that early beta. But like I said, I'm kind of disappointed that it's just going to be over the weekend. So that does kind of suck, and we'll have to wait another 2 months or so, 2.5 months after the betas, to get our hands on the full release version of the game. And it's going to be right in the middle of summer, when everybody's probably looking at going on vacations and that kind of thing. So may not have as much gaming time available when the game releases as we will in the months after. But at least if you're in school, which I'm not, you'll have a summer break to sink your teeth into the game. So with that aside, hopefully the game, it looks good, it sounds good. I liked the cinematic. It does have a bit of a horror aspect to it. It almost feels like a horror movie when you first watch the intro to the game, to the in-game cinematic. It's got some horror and suspense elements to it, and it sets the tone. I liked it, and it's cool that you get to have your character in the in-game cinematics seamlessly. So with all that aside, thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for watching, and remember to give them the D.